What's up? Make sure you hit that like button when you come through here. Make sure you hit the like button when you come through here. I'm gonna let some of y'all fall in here real quick on the real quick. I'm gonna let some of y'all come through here real quick before we get started. What's the deal? What is the deal? What's going down? How y'all doing? Start this week off right. Start this week off right. Make sure you hit that like button when y'all come through here. See more people jump up in here. Make sure you hitting that like button though. You gotta hit that like button. We gotta start this week out right now. We gotta start this week off real right. You gotta start it off right. We gotta start it off right. Let some of y'all get in here real quick before we get started. You know what I'm saying? What's good? What's good? What's the deal? What's the deal? What's up with it? What's up with it? Some of y'all come through here real quick. Make sure you hit that like button. I see more people jump in, but the lights ain't going up. Make sure you hit that like button. What's good? What's good? What's good with you? What's good with you? So, so again, really, not really a rough day, but you know what I'm saying, really a little quiet day. Really, not too much was really going on. I mean, we got the whole NFL rule change with the whole drop tackling, the drop tackling thing, and how that might end up changing and going about. You know what I'm saying with goes with handling defenses and things like that. The Texans did make a small move by signing cornerback Miles Bryant from New England Patriots. Uh, Undrafted guy from the 2020 draft class, DB. Again, a guy I have talked about a couple times on this channel via lives and also my free agent video, and it just kind of shows that I know a lot of things. Everybody know a lot of people be focused on day one of free agency, like the very first day, because that's when all the big names and the huge contracts and things like that happen. But we're 3 weeks into free agency, and teams are still making moves. I mean, you've seen on Friday, in the middle of my live, Legit Sneeze gets traded. Then, in the middle of my live, I think what you call? What you call got traded in one of my lives too the week prior. Keenan Allen. So I mean, you see moves constantly getting made. Things don't just happen in day one and day two. That's when really all the big stuff happen. Big stuff happen after the dust and settle. I think this is really when teams really start to really improve because these are the contracts. These are the guys who end up getting signed that actually do become starters and play a significant minutes and significant time. I mean, we all know about the big names, but also these are guys who, when you pick up somebody like Steven Nelson for the last 2 years, was the best corner for all of 2022 of the Texans and the first half of 2023 up until Stingley came back and really, I think really Stingley took over being the best cornerback on the team in that really that Jags game, really that Jazz game. I know he had an interception in that game against the Cardinals, but that Jags game is really when he really took over being the best corner on the team. So you see things like that. And Miles Bryant, I think Miles Bryant is. I think Miles Bryant with signing of Miles Bryant. I think he's a good solid corner. Not going to really just like set the world on fire or anything like that. I'm not saying he's about to come out there and be a Pro Bowler, be an All Pro, but I do think he's going to be a solid corner on the second side and be able to hold it down and able to hold his own when you have Stingley, especially the pass rush that I feel like that we're going to have. I think he's gonna be able to sit there and do his job. I mean, he's decent in coverage. He's a very good tackler. Able to get a lot of able to get a couple pass deflections. He's got an interception the last 3 years. The 3 years he's played in the league, he's got an interception in all three of those years. Like I said, undrafted guy out of Washington. Like I said, Nick knows him. Nick was on the staff in New England when he was an undrafted free agent, and that's now three DBs that we have from that 2020 draft class. I mean, we got the first two corners taken off the board. We got Jeff Okudah, who is extremely talented. Jeff Okudah is extremely talented at cornerback, but again, we all know his injury concerns is what hurt him. C.J. Henderson was highly thought of in the draft. A lot of people liked him coming out of the draft. He was the ninth pick of the draft, so does have talent. I do think that I think some of his issues. I know he missed time in the beginning, like his first 2 years at Jacksonville. I think he played 2 games and 8 games at Jacksonville, respectively. But he's played when he's been in Carolina. He's played when he's been in Carolina. Just wasn't giving you number 9 overall pick worth the play. I mean, Jeff Okudah in 2022, his only season that he's played more than 10 games. He played 15 games. He gave you with 59 tackles, 7 pass deflection, and interception. He played solid in that season. So I do think being in this situation again, now he doesn't have to be the number two corner because you end up signing somebody like Miles Bryant. Now, Jeff Okudah could end up when the season starts, end up being the number two corner. I'm not saying that he's not going to be the number two corner. He can end up being the number two corner, but he doesn't have to be. You don't have to throw him into that position. What's good with you, bro? You don't have to throw him. You don't have to throw him into that position. You don't have to throw him. I see more people than jumped in here, but the lights ain't going up. Make sure that like button now. Come on, appreciate you hitting that like button now. But you don't have to actually have him as a number two corner. You're not forced. Oh, we got to make him the number two corner. And also, this does also now give you flexibility. I don't think they're going to draft a corner in the first. I don't want to say the first 3 rounds, first 4 rounds, because they got 2 picks in the second, 2 picks in the fourth, and like a pick in the third. So they had 5 picks in the first 4 rounds. Um, they might not draft a corner to that second, fourth round pick. I don't. I think they're gonna go receiver and DT with those first two second round picks. I think they'll probably go safety before they go corner. And then, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they draft a tight end. I know we just gave Dalton Schultz a 3-year extension, but you do want to start. I feel like you want to start ushering another tight end in that situation. And I also think that Bobby Slowick would want to run 2 tight end sets. I mean, we've seen in this offense before, especially when Kubiak was here, when we had Garrett Graham and we had Owen Daniels and we had Garrett Graham and was it Ryan Griffin? Was Ryan Griffin here too? Trying to think because I know Ryan Griffin was Bill O'Brien. I'm trying to think if Ryan Griffin was here with with Gary Kubiak. I don't think so, but I know we had Dalton. So we had Dalton Schultz and Jared Graham. We had Dalton Schultz and not Jared Graham, but Joel Olsen. Is it Olsen? Dang, what is the tight end name that went to the Broncos? I'm trying to think of his name. Joel Dreesen. Joel Dreesen. That's his name, Joel Dreesen. I said, more people jumped in here, make sure you hit that like button. We had Owen Daniels and Joel Dreesen. We had Owen Daniels and Gary Graham. Like, so we had other guys out here, other receivers out, other tights out here. We were out here running 2 tight end sets. So I definitely feel like oh. Who gave New England 3 second round picks? Who gave New England 3 second round picks? But you had two tight end sets back then in the same type of offense, so I could definitely see them going out there drafting another tight end. I can see them going out there and drafting another running back before they draft corner. So corner right now is not going to be a need in this draft early on. Not saying they won't draft a corner because I'm of the mindset you draft a corner every year. You draft one DB every single year. I don't care who your DBs are. I don't care who you have. You can have Darrell Reeves and Jalen Ramsey in their prime, and you also can have Patrick Peterson, and you also can have Richard Sherman. You still draft a DB because DBs are always on the field. They're always rotating DBs. Stingley's not playing every single snap. Jeff Okuda definitely not gonna play every single snap, and we already know Stingley. I mean, you rotate safeties and corners so much. So I'm always drafting and putting in corners and putting in safeties. They don't want Xavier Howard. Yeah, I think that might be the case too, bro. Cause Xavier Howard, Stephon Gilmore, those guys are still out there. Speaking of being out there, I see more people out there, but the lights ain't going up. Make sure you hit that like button. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think that they want. I think they do want to go younger, and also they want to go. They want to go younger and gifted. Because I think they feel like if they can get games out of Jeff Okuda and C.J. Henson, who both had top 10 talent, because they both were drafted in the top 10 just 3 years ago. Like they was just drafted, well, 4 years ago rather. They were just drafted. Both of them were drafted in the top 10 just 4 years ago. If I can get them to play, I can get more out of them than Xavier Howard or Stephon Gilmore or Patrick Peterson, guys who are over 30 years old at the tail end of their career. I can get more out of these guys who are young but have skills They young and they have skills. They're young and they have skills. So I can get more out of these guys right here than I can out of these older guys because we really seen the older veteran situation with Steven Nelson, and I think you needed that, especially with a rookie with a rookie like Darius Stingley. But now Darius Stingley has taken that step. Like Darius Stingley, like this, like the snap, like a Thanos snap of the fingers. He took a step from being okay, just a first round pick drafted in the top 5 to this dude one of them ones. Like Stingley showed you at that he showed you that last 9 game stretch. He one of them ones, especially that month of December. He showed you that hey, he one of them ones. That and I believe if Stingley's healthy, Stingley is a top 3 corner in the league. Yes, top 3 corner in the league. If he's healthy, he's a top 3 corner in the league, not just top 5, top 3 corner in the league. And I think that and again, he's in a situation that he's probably thinking, hey, I can start getting paid, but he has to be healthy. Because again, he has a 50 option because he's a first round pick. If Stingley does not play, if Stingley does not give you, because I think last year he gave you 11 games. If Stingley don't give you more than 12 games next year, I don't see the Texans paying him next offseason. If he gives you more, if he gives you a full 17 game season or a full no, if he gives you 15 to 16, 17 games, the Texans are going to pay Stingley next year because if they let it play out and he's healthy because I think the only reason they'll let it play out because he's not playing games. But if he's playing games and they let it play out, he's definitely going to be the highest paid corner in the league. I think right now that's what you call it. I mean, we just see Legarius Sneed get $21 million. Denzel Ward's the highest paid in the league with over 100. He has over $100 million for 4 years, but 5 years. He has actually a 5 year contract. It's $100 million for 5 years. So you'll be in that you'll be in that territory when it comes to Stingley. Stingley will be getting over $20 million a year if that's the situation. So I definitely think, like I said, you did exactly what you need to do, and you allow a veteran cornerback to be here to help Stingley get to that point. Now Stingley to the point. Now Stingley is that veteran cornerback. And the thing is, and you still also have Desmond King as well to help to play in the slot. And the same thing with Miles Bryant. Miles Bryant can play on the outside and be that number 2 corner. But if Jeff Okudah is healthy, if Jeff Okudah is healthy and he's actually steps up and he's actually that number 2 corner, you can take Miles Bryant and slide Miles Bryant in and let him cover this slot. So Miles Bryant gives you a lot of flexibility of being he could be the number 2 corner distinctly and be able to hold it down again. He's not going to set the world on fire. He's not going to be the best cornerback in the league. I'm not saying he's going to be an all-pro or a Pro Bowl. I'm not saying none of it, but what I am saying, he's going to be able to, at the very least, hold it down on his side. You allow Stingley to do exactly what he needs to do. You're going to probably have to rotate some coverage, you know what I'm saying, and give him some safety help, but he's going to be able to hold it down on his side and be able to do exactly what he needs to do. He's going to be able to hold it down on the side, and he's not going to hurt you. Again, he's a DB. He's going to give up plays. Every DB. We've seen Stingley give up touchdowns. He's going to give up plays. Is it all the time? No. Is it consistently giving the big plays? No. Is he going to be able to tackle when it needs to tackle? Yes. He's a very strong tackler when it comes from the cornerback position. I know it might be a little bit different now since they want to change the rules and whatnot. But I definitely believe he's going to be able to hold it down on his side. Hold it down. And if you get what you want to get out of Jeff Okudah, you can take him versatile, move him into the slot, and allow him to cover the slot. And again, it gives D'Amico Ryan so much flexibility for how he wants to control this defense, how he wants to call this defense. Again, hopefully Jimmy Ward is healthy. Hopefully Petrie, the Sickings offense, Petrie can take a step. This defense, I feel like is going to be able to have leaps and bounds. And you have to have leaps and bounds because you see who we playing this year. You're going up against the Lamar Jacksons again, the the Patrick Mahomes, the Jordan Loves, the Jared Goff, and the way that Lions offense was moving. Possibly more than likely Caleb Williams. You see the weaponry that they're adding in Chicago to surround Caleb Williams. Even though he's going to be a rookie, but hey, you're seeing the weaponry around him. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. I know how some people feel about Dak, but Dak is able to put up numbers, and Dak wins a lot of regular season games. Uh, Josh Allen as well. So you're going to go up against the best quarterbacks in the league. The only quarterbacks that you're not going to be going up against is Joe Burrow. You don't play Joe Burrow, but you're going to be going up against some good quarterbacks this year. You're going to be going up against Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, like I said, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, like Jordan Love, like yeah, Jared Goff. I mean, you just won't see Kyler Murray or what's his name, Kyler Murray, Matt Stafford, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert. Everybody else, pretty much, anybody else that they want to throw in the top 10, top 15 realm, you're going to pretty much see in some form of capacity, like give or take. Like you're gonna see some good quarterbacks. So you need that defense. You're gonna need that defense to step up and play well. You are. And that's like I've been saying it all season. I'm gonna keep on saying it to put money into the defense. Go out there, put money into this defense, and I strengthen this defense. And that's exactly what they're doing. Again, they're doing it every single week. They're making moves every single week. You're always adding somebody. You're adding somebody every single week. I'm actually surprised that Miles Bryant is still on the board as far as they both are cool. I'm not surprised that Cuda got signed before Miles Brown because people know what Cuda was. I am surprised the Texans themselves signed C.J. Henderson before they signed Miles Bryant. I'm surprised Miles Bryant wasn't signed a little bit sooner, but it is what it is. So like you want to improve, and again, you see what I don't know if y'all seen the odds. Um, they got the Texans odds I think at 9.5, 9.5 games win. I mean, last year we won 10. So right now the Texans odds are 9.5. I think they're going to go above that. I think the Texans are going to be the number 2 seed in the AFC. Honestly, um, I want to say number one. I want to see how the schedule look before I can come to that conclusion. I don't know who else everybody else plays, but like I've been saying, that I think the Texans are going to end up being in the AFC Championship game. Uh, are they going to be where they're going to be in the AFC Championship game? I don't know. Are they going to be in NRG? They're going to be in KC. They're going to be in Buffalo. They're going to be in Baltimore. They're going to be in Cincinnati. I don't know where they're going to be at, but I think they're going to be in that game. And I think part of the reason why they're going to be in the game because at the very least, I feel like they're going to be the number 2 seed in the AFC. But you have, like I said about these quarterbacks, you got to be able to go out there and you're going to go out there and make plays on these quarterbacks. So you're going to have to strengthen your defense. And I'm glad they actually are starting to strengthen their defense, and they're constantly adding pieces to this defense. And I think adding Miles Bryant is a good move. Like I said, it's not going to set the world on fire. It's not going to be the he's on Miles Bryant, but I do think he's a very solid corner. He's going to be able to step in and fill that role as the outside corner, to be the second corner if he has to. And if you say, like I said, if you get what you want to get out of Jeff Okuda, who knows? Who knows? Maybe C.J. Henderson, maybe he could be a guy who reaches his number 9 potential overall in this offense. I mean, you got to think about remember when we had signed Steven Nelson, Pittsburgh fans, and where else Steven Nelson played at? Was it Kansas City? Like people wasn't like high on Steven Nelson. Like people was like Steven Nelson. I think it was Philly. I think he played. I know he played in Pittsburgh. I think he played in Philly too. And like people was like not really all that enthused about Steven Nelson. If I'm not mistaken, I think we signed Steven Nelson around this time, maybe even closer to the draft when we had signed Steven Nelson. So now I know he started off in Lovey's defense, but I do think putting him in this type of situation, I think we're gonna see some guys be able to step up and play extremely well when it comes to the defense. I feel like I think they're gonna be playing extremely well. You guys see, I think Will Anderson's gonna take a step. Same thing with Christian Harris. You just added Daniil Hunter. I do think they're gonna be able to add to this defense. Who knows? They might end up getting Sweat, the DT out of UT, a guy who's just able to plug up the middle and things like that. So um, I think that we be able I think this defense is going to look very vastly different, but also vastly improved as well. Yes, I do. Ain't no dude be real. Yes, you heard me. I think the Texans gonna be in the AFC Championship game. It don't matter that we ain't never made it past the divisional round before. You got, I mean, obviously, if you win the divisional round, you make it to the AFC Championship game. So all we have to do is win one more game. Like, well, I don't, I don't see what the problem is. I mean, like people didn't even think that the Texans gonna make the playoffs, let alone win a playoff game a year prior, like last year. Like, let's be for real. Everybody was out here talking about that we was giving the who was that? Uh, Arizona that we was gonna be giving Arizona the number two pick in the draft. Remember that? Remember everybody was talking about how foolish we were because we just gifted Arizona the first and the second pick because Arizona's gonna be so bad that they were gonna have the first pick in the draft. Sidebar, I knew Arizona wasn't gonna have the first pick in the draft because I knew Kyler Murray was coming back. Just like I knew even if they had the first pick in the draft, Arizona wasn't drafting the quarterback because they got Kyler Murray and they just paid Kyler Murray. And Kyler Murray's not a bad quarterback. So that whole notion was stupid. So people said that a lot. So yes, and again, we gonna show y'all exactly what's up. Y'all gonna see. So keep on doubting. That's cool, fine, and dandy. That's cool, fine, and dandy. Keep on doubting. That's all. Hey, do what you do, but watch my shoes. Hey, you can do what you do, but watch my shoes. Watch. Just don't believe me. Just watch. Don't believe me. Just watch. Watch. Watch what's gonna happen. Watch what's gonna happen. I'm just letting you know what's the deal. Hey, watch what happens. Okay, live at home. Exactly. We were. You're right. We were a half away from the AFC Championship game. Remember, the divisional round the divisional round was tied at 10, bro. Like we was half away. Come on now. And again, and we're not the same team. We're not the same football team. Defensively, we've definitely gotten better. We've improved defensively with Daniil Hunter versus Daniil Hunter versus what you call it um Jonathan Gennard. We improved with Al Jair over Cashman. Like we've improved. We've improved. Um, I think the safeties is the same. Now we gonna see exactly. I feel like we actually did improve with the cornerback position, opposite Stingley, because I feel like the Steven Nelson that gas tank ran empty. I feel like that pick six that he had against Cleveland. Um, the gas was empty. And it was empty after that. Actually, he got beat by what you call it, like earlier that drive. Well, not earlier that drive, but earlier in the game. By what was that tight end name? Forgot what the tight end name is. He got beat by a tight end, and it's like, oh man, Steven Nelson looked like he about to get cooked. And I'm glad he got the interception. It was a pick six, and you could tell as he was running on that pick six that he was giving everything he had. Like he was completely running out of gas, and I think he was completely running out of gas. I think he was like the gas tank was on E. So I don't think even bringing him back, you're improving. I think if you brought him back, you would be declining. So that's the reason why. That's the reason why. So I feel like we're more of an improved team. Um, sir, you just said the Texans not beating the Chiefs or the Bills. I said Texans are going to the AFC Championship game. I didn't even tell you the Texans win the AFC Championship game. I just said they're going to AFC Championship game. Um, who even said we're going to have to play both the Chiefs or the Bills? Because you do know how the playoffs work, right? It's a collection of teams. They play based off of the seeding. High seed faces low seed. who's to say? Because again, the Texans in this playoff scenario here would have only played the Chiefs or the Bills if they would have went to an AFC Championship game. They didn't have to beat both. They would got a chance to go against one. So yeah, we do play the Bills this year at home, and we're gonna beat the Bills this year at home. I think we're gonna beat them this year. One the yeah. No. Clarence is definitely he's definitely trolling, babe. Like which guy like old dude said, I got time today. 'Cause I think Clarence is a Jags fan, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's a, I think I think he's a Jazz. I think he's a Jazz. I think he's a Jazz fan, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think Clarence is a Jags fan. But yeah, I know he's trolling. I know he's trolling, but I got time today. Yeah, I got time today. I ain't tripping. I got all the time in the world. You want we could do it. I got all the time in the world. You got the right one today. Yeah, you a Jags fan. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could stand corrected, little bro. I could stand corrected, little bro. But yeah, I'm definitely I definitely think you're a Jags fan though. If I'm not if from what yeah, I mean again, and the thing is, I don't even talk trash. People who know me know I don't talk trash. Even when my teams win, I don't talk trash at all. Like I don't. I don't talk direct. I'm just not a trash talker. I don't know. Like it's just not my persona, honestly. Already. You think where they gonna fall to the second round? I mean, I don't know where they could fall to the second round. I mean, I said this before the combine. Worthy and AD were both guys who were fringing late first, early second round picks, and I do think that both of their 40 times have jumped them and catapulted them. But then also, um, after KC signed Hollywood, and then now Backdoor has traded a Snead, I don't know. Well, not know. I know for a fact they're not drafting a receiver now. They're not about to draft a receiver. If anything, they might not even draft at pick 32. I could definitely see them trading out of pick 32 and collecting some more picks. So we'll see exactly how that will happen. I could definitely see them jumping out of pick 32 and try to collect some more picks. But I definitely feel like they're gonna go corner whenever they do pick. So the thing is, I don't know what DB gonna be there at pick 32. I don't know if I doubt Nate Wiggins is there. I doubt Terry Arnold. I mean, it might be Kool Aid. I don't know. I don't know what cornerback is gonna be there at pick 32. So I could definitely see them jumping out at pick 32. So we'll see exactly that. So because of that, because my whole thing that I didn't think that the Chiefs was gonna let Worthy slip past them. But them signing Hollywood and now trading Snead, I could definitely see them letting Hollywood walk. I mean not Hollywood, letting I could definitely see them not taking what you call it, not drafting Xavier Worthy. I could definitely see that happening. So it is what it is. I can definitely see them not drafting Xavier Worthy. It is what it is. But speaking of drafting, it is something. No, this ain't Texas related, but I wanna talk. Cause like I said, I got time today. Um, I have a question. I have a question because I don't know if y'all seen the situation of Deion Sanders. Deion was talking about like both, like he was talking about his son and also Travis Hunter, both being top four picks, and that they're not going past four. But then also says it's certain teams and cities that he's gonna be like, no, it's a Eli Manning situation. That they're basically like, it's an Eli Manning situation, and that they not, then he not going to allow that to happen. How do y'all feel about that? I'm gonna let some of y'all get in. If y'all have an opinion, don't have an opinion, it's cool. I'm gonna let some of y'all. I'm gonna give y'all a little minute. I'm gonna let some of y'all answer and tell me how y'all feel about that. Let me see how y'all feel about that. Before I give my actual opinion, or what I actually feel that it's really saying. I just want to know. I want to know, test the temperature a little bit, test the gauge, and see exactly how y'all feeling. How y'all feeling? Y'all ain't too busy asking them. Man, y'all sit up here and let Clarence do and let Clarence argue with himself about CJ and Burrow. Like, yeah, you let him do that. You let him go in there and argue with himself about CJ and Burrow. You let him do that. Cause I mean, we not disrespecting Joe Burrow at all, man. Joe Burrow, I feel like Joe Burrow's the second best quarterback in the league. Joe Burrow just got to stay healthy. I mean, he's the only person not named Tom Brady that's able to beat Patrick Mahomes in a playoff game and beat Patrick Mahomes in Arrowhead. Now, it did take him overtime to do it. Patrick Mahomes has not lost a playoff game in regulation. Yeah, I do know that. Except the Super Bowl against Tampa. That's the only playoff. That's the only postseason game that he lost not in regulation. Because both AFC Championship games that he's lost. The one he lost to Tom Brady in his first year as a quarterback, and then the one he lost to Joe Burrow. Both of those he ended up losing. Both of those he ended up losing. Both of those he ended up losing as both of those he ended up losing as in overtime. So Jazz got it. I don't know what the Jazz is gonna do. Yeah, Clarence. You know what? How about the Clarence? Why don't you answer since you got so much time today? What do the Jags need? Clarence, tell us what do the Jags need? Well, you don't sound like you like CJ Stroud, Clarence. You don't sound like you like CJ. That's the problem, Clarence. You don't sound like you like CJ Stroud. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't seem like you like CJ Stroud. And I know you don't like CJ Stroud. Why would you like CJ Stroud? He's a Texan and you're a Jag. So why would you like him? There's no point of you liking him. Like, I get it. I understand, Clarence. I understand. Just like I understand more people than jumped in here, but the lights ain't going up. Make sure you're hitting that like button. 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 Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see y'all. Yeah, y'all need a cornerback, offensive guard, a center, offensive tackle. So basically, y'all need everything on the offensive line. So y'all just need offensive lineman. Period. Y'all need a cornerback, offensive lineman, and receiver. Cause now y'all number receiver is y'all did sign Gabe Davis. I was y'all number receiver now is Christian Kirk, but y'all did sign Gabe Davis. So Gabe Davis y'all number one receiver. That's the Jags number one receiver. Interesting. 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 But to the question I asked earlier about Deion Sanders and please again, please stop calling that man that name. That nickname is too cold of a nickname for him to have it. Y'all start calling that boy Trevor. The boy name is Trevor. Now you can't be calling that man T Law. What has he done to be called T Law? That name is too cold of a nickname for him to be called T Law, bro. Come on, man. Like he ain't did nothing. He ain't did nothing. He ain't did nothing. Stop calling that man there, bro. Come on, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's too cold of a nickname to be calling that man that. Square business. That's too cold of a nickname to be calling that man that. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. That's too cold of a nickname to be calling that man that. It's not. It's not. It's the worst thing to give me. I'm telling you, man, call that man by his name. His name is Trevor. That boy name is Trevor. That's that man. That's that. Yeah, yeah, y'all down 27 nothing after like he threw four interceptions to put y'all down 27 nothing. So we gonna give him credit. So hold on, wait, time out. So we're gonna give him credit in like for putting himself in a hole. Cause it's not like when Mahomes came back against the Texans. Like Mahomes didn't put himself in a hole. Like Mahomes when go out there when we was up 24 nothing, it wasn't like Mahomes threw like three interceptions and stuff like that and put his team in a hole. It was just that they had some they drives got stalled out in the Texans. I mean we blocked a punt, we blocked the punt, ran that back, scored a touchdown. We scored on the first play of the game, or second play of the game with not Steven Nelson, with Kenny Stills. I forgot how the other touchdown came. So that was just, you know what I'm saying, just the defense wasn't playing well and the Texans were able to take advantage. We quick straight boom, 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 took advantage. When it came to y'all and the Chargers, like Trevor Lawrence actually put your team behind the eight ball. It don't matter. It does matter. That's bull. Bull. That's absolute bull talking about it don't matter. He brought him back. No, that's bull. No, 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 no. Do not ignore in victory what you wouldn't in defeat. No. No, that's a huge problem that he put y'all in the hole. So we're gonna give him credit for digging you out the hole. That's like putting your family in a financial bind and then taking credit when you got them out the bind. No, you put them in the bind to begin with. No, 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 no. CJ doesn't have to say that because CJ never put his team in a hole like that. CJ came out there and dominated. That's what CJ did. CJ came out there and shows up and dominated. CJ didn't put his team in a hole, so we didn't need to see that. He didn't need to do it. He didn't need to. He didn't need to come back. He didn't put his team in the hole. He didn't put his team behind. No, he didn't do that. And then, let's be honest, you did it to the Chargers. Like the one team that is going to cough up the lead more than anybody is the Chargers. That's what the Chargers do. They're perennial choke artists. They choke every year. The Chargers come into the season every year, if not the most talented, top five as far as talent on the field, and they start off hot. They start off 4-1, three and one, 4-2, 5-3, something like that. And then next thing you know, they only won 7 games. They only won 8 games, and they missed the playoffs. Like they do that every year. Like the Chargers are the biggest tease of a fan. People always want to get on the Dallas Cowboys for teasing fans. The Chargers are the biggest tease, more so than the Cowboys are. The Cowboys just got a lot. You know what I'm saying? They just, no matter what, they feel like they're going to the Super Bowl. When we talk about the Chargers constantly give their team hope and their fan base hope. And the thing is, they never deliver at all. At all. You know why? Because they don't even get the opportunity to even make the playoffs. Because they choke before we even get to the playoffs. They cough it up before even. They already had an agreement set before. Hey, if we go to overtime, we'll just go ahead and let the clock run out. We tie. We both go into the playoffs. Cool. Everything was already agreed upon once they went to overtime. Boom. And the Raiders was like, okay, yeah, we about to take a knee, and they were they were getting ready to take a knee, and the Chargers blitz like they was trying to stop the play. They were like, hold on, really? Okay, bet. That's what y'all gonna do? Bet. And we gonna go out there, and now we're going to put ourselves in field goal range and kick a field goal, win the game, and go to the playoffs and send y'all home. guaranteeing that y'all not gonna be in the playoffs. That's how much of a choker. Like even when they have an agreement to go to the playoffs, they still choke that away. And you're bragging that you were down 27-0 to them by your own doing because your quarterback threw 4 interceptions in a playoff game, and you're bragging that you came back. You talk about the Bills and the Chiefs. The Jags, if Trevor Lawrence would have did that against Josh Allen, y'all lose. Did that against Patrick Mahomes, you lose. If you would have did it against Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, you still would have lost. If you would have did it against the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow, you lose. You did it against the Miami Dolphins and Tyreek Hill and Waddle and all that speed that they got, you lose. If you did it against us, you lose. The only team that you was able to do that to is the team that y'all did that to, and it's the Chargers, the perennial choke artists. I think if you even did that to Dallas, you lose. You only can get that away with that with the Chargers. So don't brag on that, bro. That's not nothing to brag on that. It's nothing to brag on, bro. Let's be serious. Let's be completely, utterly serious right now. There ain't nothing to brag on. It's nothing to brag on. You got your little playoff win, cool. Cool. You won the playoffs just like CJ Stroud is. We both won the playoffs. Both our quarterbacks are won the playoffs. AR and Will Levis ain't made the playoffs yet, but both those two quarterbacks for the Texans and Jags are both in the both are won the playoffs. I believe that will change this year because I believe that we will get past not only wild card round but the division round being the AFC Championship game. Now again, AFC Championship game as it stands right now, I don't know. I don't have it because I don't even know who the opponent gonna be. I ain't lit. I don't know, but I feel like the Texans are going to be in the AFC Championship game because I feel like they're doing an amazing job of what they're doing on defense. Could they have done some other things? Could we could have gave a third round pick for L'Jarius Sneed? Absolutely. That definitely would have been phenomenal. But it is what it is. I'm not tripping. I think we done what we need to do on defense. And I feel like we're going to do some more things offensively via the draft. If it's Troy Franklin, if it's Xavier Worthy, if it's Xavier Legend, if it's Javon Baker, if it's Keon Coleman, if AD somehow happens to fall, whatever. Whoever it is, I feel like we're gonna do something offensively, and I think we're gonna do a couple things offensively, not just receiver. I feel like a tight end and a running back, one of the other, or maybe both, are also in the mix in the draft as well within those first two, within the first 4 rounds, round two, three, and four. I feel like you're gonna get a receiver and some type of combination of tight end or running back with those picks. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you got both. I wouldn't be surprised out of those 5 picks, you pick 3 offensive players. It wouldn't surprise me at all if you got your receiver, a tight end, a running back, a DT, and a safety. Those what would surprise me all if you did that with your with your 5 picks, with your 2 seconds, your 1/3, and your 2/4. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Now again, do I think that's what's going to happen? No, I actually don't think that's what's going to happen. But it wouldn't surprise me if it happened. And I think if you do something like that, when you definitely put yourself in a situation to be in the AFC Championship game. You definitely are. I have no doubt about it that you're putting yourself in a situation to make it to the AFC Championship game. Um, but my quick thoughts about what I was saying earlier about Deion Sanders. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like the comment for a couple of reasons, honestly. Mainly, like, why are you talking about the draft? I mean, I know it was a question. It was asked, and um, he could have he could have gave another answer. But the part about like basically it's gonna be like an Eli situation. Like, why are you saying that now? Like, he could just say, yeah, I think both. Yeah, I think, but hey, like he could have went out there and yeah, I think, hey, I think both. I think, yeah, I think these guys could definitely be going at the top of the draft. But they gotta do what they gotta do first. Like, where is that at? Where is that? They gotta do what they gotta do first. They know what it is they need to do. Like, Like how CJ said, it's earned, not given. Like they know what they need to do. I believe they're going to do it. I believe they're going to get it done, and they're going to get. I believe they're going to get. I believe they're going to get it done, and they're going to be drafted high and at the top of the draft. But they got to put in the work. They got to do what they got to do. They got to do what they need to do, and they know exactly what it is that they need to do. That's what should have been said. But the fact that they're going top four, like one's gonna go one and the other one's gonna go four, and hey, it's only certain teams. Well, hold on, wait, time out, bro. You talking about it's only certain teams they're going to? How they going one then? How they going one? How they going four? If it's only certain teams that you even allowing them to go to, cause what if those teams don't want them? And how about this? What if neither one of them have a good season? We don't even know what position Travis Hunter gonna play. Because he's not gonna get drafted to the NFL as a athlete, like as a dual threat. He's gonna be put. He's gonna be drafted either as a DB or receiver. And I've been saying this since he was there was at Jackson State. I think Travis Hunter is better suited to be a receiver than he is a corner. And y'all stop it. I've been saying it. Stop it. Stop the playing around and let that boy play receiver. That's where you're gonna get the most bang. Yeah, has he made an interception? Yeah, he can make an interception. And do I think if he puts a lot of time and effort that he could be a solid corner? I think he can be. He got skill sets. But I feel like he's better at receiver. And be honest with you, if I was him, I want to play receiver anyway. Receivers out here making $30 million now. The highest paid corner now only making 20. And it's very few doing that. Bum receivers making 22. Come on, man. Like bum receivers making 20 to 22. The Jags signed Christian Kirk for over $18 million a year. Come on, man. Come on, bro. So if I was Travis anyway, I'd be trying to play receiver over corner. I'm gonna get paid. Let me play receiver. Let me play receiver. Let me be a receiver. So that's what I think they should do. And I just think they just like you don't know, but you don't know even how they're gonna play this year because if they have a similar season to what they had last year. I don't know. Depending on what other players around are doing, I don't know if they're going top five. They could, but I don't know. I don't know. Depending on whoever else is emerging, I don't know if they are going top five. They could. I don't know. So, and then also another reason why I don't like it is because I know you are Shadura's dad, but you also Shadura's coach. And not only you Shadura's coach, you're the coach of Colorado. You got to recruit people. You got other people on your staff, other people on your team, and you up here talking about Travis Hunter and Shadura Sanders instead of focusing on winning. I think they're gonna be in the Big 12 this year. Like instead of focusing on winning the Big 12, you sound like you focus on your kids making it to the league. When I need you to be focused on winning the Big 12, get into a bowl game, get to the college playoffs, get into the national championship game. That's what I need you to be focused on. Not is Shador holding out the draft that you ain't gotta worry about until over a year because this draft ain't here yet, let alone next year's draft. And then also you don't know who's gonna be at the top of the draft. Like I just said, people was Arizona gonna have the first two picks in the draft because they just traded the Texans. They're gonna be bad. I thought Tampa Bay was gonna be bad. I thought Tampa Bay was gonna have number one overall pick. Ended up being Chicago via Carolina. New England's number 3. Washington's number 2. Chargers is Arizona's number 4, and the Chargers number 5. Like, you don't know. You don't know how this is gonna work out, how to play. The Texans, who number 2 pick in the draft last year, not only in the playoffs, won division, in the playoffs, won a playoff game. Like, come on. You don't know how this stuff gonna work and play out. So wait until next year before you start saying stuff like that. Me, what I think. one, I don't think you should really say it all, but wait till next year before you start doing some of that stuff. I think that's stupid. I think it's dumb. Boy, y'all, boy, y'all here not letting old Clarence make it, huh? Clarence, Clarence not letting you make it, bruh. Not letting you make it, bruh. Not letting you make it at all, man. Woo! Hey, they bringing up the receipts. They bringing up the receipts. They bringing up the receipts. Oh, only a couple playoff games in period since 2000. Woes, 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 woes. Yeah, I think yo, you only won the AFC South 2017, and then last year, the year before last 2022. The one two times y'all won the AFC South. Supposed to win it this year, but lost four out of your last five. Was it five out of your last six? Might be five out of your last six. I don't know. Dang, I mean Trevor. Dang. No, I think Trevor gonna because I think Trevor gonna get paid. Now, do I agree with y'all paying Trevor Lawrence? No, absolutely not. But I do think that Trevor Lawrence is gonna get paid. I definitely think Trevor Lawrence gonna get paid. I think y'all gonna pay Trevor Lawrence. I wouldn't pay him as much as he's gonna be commanded, but I mean, I think it's kind of similar to like a Giants situation, like the New York Giants situation. So, me personally, I wouldn't pay him that much, but I feel like he's going to get paid. And I feel like he's gonna get paid a pretty decent amount too. I wouldn't do it, but I feel like he's gonna get paid a pretty decent amount. Again, like I said, me personally, I wouldn't do it, but I feel like he is gonna get paid, and he's gonna get paid a very decent amount. I do. I definitely do. I wouldn't do it, babe. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. It is what it is. We'll see though. Pat fans. Pat fans saying, man, all right, and it's cool and all. Like again, sometimes you gotta take what fans say with a grain of salt. Cause one, he's not playing the same defense. He's not playing the same defense and with the same players that he played with New England. And again, he's also in New England. They were using him. They were utilizing him as their number one DB. He's not going to be here in Houston. He is going to be at best the second best corner. And again, he might not even be the number two corner. It might be Jeff Okudah. Jeff Okudah might end up being the number two corner when the season begins. However, now you just however you now you take off the pressure of Jeff Okudah have to be the number two corner. Just like if you were to draft a corner in the second round, in the first round, third round, it takes off the pressure of having to have Jeff Okudah being the number two corner depending on his health. Now, if he gets to be the number two corner, it's not out of necessity. It's out of just completely a he's actually the best guy on the field. It's not out because if you don't bring in a corner, you don't draft. If you don't bring in the corner, you probably forced to draft a corner. And if you are forced to draft a corner, or you don't draft one, and now Jeff Okudah has to be the number two corner, then I mean it could completely work out, and Okudah could be healthy and have the best season of his career. But also, Okudah could also get played with injuries, be hurt a lot, things like that, and it just seems like it seems like the situation was completely mismanaged. At least this allows you breathing room, like it allows you breathing room. Hey, we don't have to draft a corner if we don't want to. Now, if a corner falls to us that we really like, we can and add depth to this room. But it relieves that pressure. Same thing when we in training camp that we don't have to allow Jeff Okudah or C.J. Henderson to be the number two guy. We can have entering this guy Miles Bryant to be the number two guy, and it could be a seamless position. And then again, if he is the number two guy, if Jeff is the number two guy, Miles Bryant could play in the slot, and you could slide him over and allow him to play in the slot. I think Miles Bryant is a good pickup. I think he's a good solid pickup. I think he's a good solid pickup. Like I said, I don't think he's gonna set the world on fire. I don't think he's gonna be an All Pro. I don't think he's gonna be a Pro Bowler. I don't even see him being AFC Player of the Week in a week. I don't see none of that. So don't be like, I don't think he's gonna do any of that. I just think that he's gonna be able to be on his side and be able to, for the most part, able to hold down his side. Is he gonna give up a play here and there? Yeah, he gonna give a play. He gonna give a play here and there. I'm not saying I ain't saying his game is flawless. I just said that he is a solid player on the opposite side. And again, fans was up here in Philly and in Pittsburgh talking about y'all got Steven Nelson. Good luck with that Steven Nelson trade. Boom, 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 boom. All this, that, and the third. Woo, 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 woo. And then we get Steven Nelson. Last year in 2022, he was the best corner on the team. And then for half of this past season, he was the best corner on the team for half the season up until Stingley came back off his injury and Stingley emerged as being that guy. So I don't really care what Pat fans are saying. Like they gonna say what they want to say. I mean, they still mad that they ain't won a championship since 2019, and they feel like they're like just like they're the worst team ever. Like they feel like they just the worst team ever. So, but yeah. So I mean I can I don't I think it's a solid pickup, and I think it's gonna pay off well. I do. And again, now we got three cornerbacks that was in the 2020 draft class. Like I said, so we got some youth. It is some youth. There's some young guys in the building. Uh, so actually, they actually older than Stingley. Actually, yeah, they all because Stingley came in 2022, 2022 draft class. So these guys got got a couple seasons under their belt. What's good with you, bro? Yeah, they got a couple of seasons under their belt of playing in the NFL. Unlike, I mean, Stingley only got two. And like I said, Stingley himself has two. Like Stingley got two. These guys all got a couple of seasons since 2020. So it is. So it's younger with experience. They're not all rookies or second year guys. It's youth with some type of decent experience, and I think they're gonna be able to play and be able to gel well. Like I said, I think D'Amico's gonna be able to call the defense the way he wants to, and I think he's gonna be able to do some exotic things, coverage wise and things like that. And I think he's gonna be able to mix up some of these receivers on the opposite team and mix up the opposite quarterbacks and things like that. So I do think all these things are collective units and work together, and I do think the collection is going to be able to pay off huge. I do. I think it's going to pay off huge dividends. I really do. Uh, I also want to talk about Cal too. Because under the report about like Cal putting in like some paperwork to finally become to be the complete owner of the team. As it stands right now, his mom is the actual owner. Cal's just the chairman, and he's trying to put some stuff into motion for him to be the absolute complete owner. And applaud to Cal for that. Yeah, stepping up and actually becoming will put at least putting the wheels in motion to become the actual owner of the team. I think that's good. I think it's a good job. It's a smart decision. And again, everything is new and fresh. These are the new Texans. These are new Texans. These are not. These are not your granddad Texans. These are the new Texans. So everything's changing. Like so, Andre and JJ and everything that went with that Arian Foster, that version of jerseys, all those things. That's all Bob McNair's Houston Texans. It is. It's all that happened under Bob McNair's ownership. Even drafting Deshaun, hiring Bill O'Brien, all that falls under Bob McNair, Nick Casario, D'Amico Ryans, C.J. Stroud, Willie Anderson, Tank Dell, Derek Stingley, Nico Collins, these new uniforms, all are under the umbrella, under the wave of Cal McNair. These are all Cal McNair's Houston Texans. This now, that's why um, our draft hats ain't even been released yet. Like our draft hats ain't been released yet. They kind of show like the black ones because like every team got they have their color one and they also got like this like grayish stone gray blackish one too. And I seen the clip or a little snippet of the black one, but the one that's the full color we ain't seen yet. So I don't know if it's gonna be a blue hat, if it's gonna be a red hat, what's gonna be the actual color. But so we because I think they're waiting. I guess I don't know for approval. I guess maybe I don't know. Maybe they're I don't know why. Because the color palette's not changing. But even though I do think that this blue is not going to be the same blue. I think they're still gonna call it deep steel blue, but it might be a different shade of blue. It might be maybe a little darker, or maybe even a little brighter, but might be a little darker. So I don't think it's going to be exactly the same shade that what we used to. So I do believe that might be like part of the reason why our hats haven't been released yet because we haven't released a new color palette yet. So since we haven't released a new color like yet, wait, who knows? Maybe, maybe we get a little drip of the H Town blue in the fitted. I don't know. That'd be clean if we can, if that is the case. Hopefully, it is the case. Who knows? We don't know. Maybe like I said, maybe a little drip, a little drizzle. You know what I'm saying? Little drip drops. A little, you know what I'm saying? All maybe some trimming, like trimming or something like that of the H Town blue. So who knows? But all that being said, all this is Cal McNair's Texans, and and shame on his brother, um, to try to try to peek in and try to slither and slide his way into the mix. Because where was that 4 years ago? Because we actually talked about this. Shout out to Honcho, Wink, Wise, Ray Ray, Hector, Tenny, everybody on the round table, Soft Sports. We talked about this back then in 2020, in 2021, especially 2021, when all the things was coming out with Jack used to be in the shop. We talked about it way back then about, hey, maybe the brother, I think he lived overseas or had a business overseas or whatever. Maybe he should be running the team because Cal, this thing got away from Cal. But like it was, I think like Bob McNair wanted Cal to run the team, but Cal had siblings, and we were like, hey, maybe they run because this thing got away from Cal, kind of like what was going on with Jeannie Buss and Jerry Buss, the buses for the Lakers. And Jeannie eventually, because Dr. Buss wanted his son to take over, and he kind of ran the team to its lowest points, and then Jeannie took over, and they started to come up a little bit, and they won this little fake little Mickey Mouse championship in the bubble. But it not seems like maybe it's still going back the wrong way, even though they do have LeBron. But just a lot of things is just kind of weird over there with the Lakers organization. But that's a whole conversation for a whole other time. But maybe they do, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they should be the ones running the team. So where was you at? Where was you at 3, 4 years ago when me and the other guys in the round table was looking for you? We was looking for you and wanted you to take over. You was nowhere to be found. But everything seemed like it's up on the uptick again. You know what I'm saying? Like it seemed like it's back on the uptick, like it's back being because again, you couldn't have did it like because once Bob passed, like we already had the shine, like the team was already moving this before the dip and anything like that, like the dip and the fans not trusting all that jazz. So I guess you didn't feel no need to step in. And then I guess when it was bad and attendance was down and sales was down and all the things that was down, you wasn't gonna go nowhere near it. But now we on the rise. I said we got head coach people riding with. We got general managers that people around with. We got a quarterback that everybody love, a pass rusher that everybody loves. So we got some faces in the defense. People hyped about we getting new uniforms. People actually are coming to the Texans, saying the Texans is a destination. All these other things you see, hey, things are starting to look up for the Texans. Now you want to step up. You want to pull up. You want to come in and you want to now put your stake in claim and want to be a part of it. It's trash. It's fake. Um, Kind of shows me uh you're a front runner, uh bandwagon, things of that nature. And I don't want you nowhere near the team because that's the type of person that when things ain't going their way, they pick up and move, or they sell the team real quickly. And if they do that, you don't know what you're getting. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Like that's what end up happening when you do stuff like that. So I don't want him nowhere near the team. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him nowhere near the team. Let it be Cal. Cal here, Hannah here. They invested. They don't want this team to leave. They want this team to be here. They want this team to be great. They want this team to be loved by the fan base. They do. They want this team to be loved by the fan base. And I think and we said, and shout out to Honcho, because Honcho said this years ago. He said this years ago, so shout out to Honcho. He said this years ago that Bob might have been the guy who brought football back to Houston, but Cal could be the guy that brings a championship to Houston, and that's his name. That's his fame to claim. His claim to fame is to be like, I got this team a championship. I brought a championship to the city. Like his dad brought a football back to Houston. Cal can bring a Super Bowl to Houston. And we not talking about letting the Patriots play NRG to beat the Panthers and beat the Falcons. We not talking about that. We talking about the Houston Texans, C.J. Stroud, D'Amico Ryans as Houston Texans are holding up that Vince Lombardi trophy while confetti going all over. And we sitting up here and we doing a parade in the city of Houston. It's taking over the whole street. It's taking over the whole city of Houston. Like the parade going to last for 2 days because we ride by every street. We going down every single street in the city of Houston. Y'all thought people was doing it, doing what they was doing in the Astros or in the Rockets back in the 90s. Y'all ain't seen nothing when the Houston Texans win the Super Bowl. Shut the city down. The city's gonna be shut down. And what city? Ain't no city. We closed. City of Houston closed. Ooh, can't nobody come in, can't nobody come out. Because, hey, we about to party. That's what's going to happen. And that's what Cal's claim to fame could be. Is bringing a Super Bowl to the city of Houston. And that's what he's working towards. Like I said, so all these things, D'Amico Ryans, Nick Casario, C.J. Stroud, Willie Anderson, they're bringing in Joe Mixon, the guy who somebody that probably years prior wouldn't have been a Houston Texan because of things that have been said or done or happening. Bringing in Tank Dale, Nico Collins, getting new uniforms, having both an offensive and defensive rookie year in the same draft class. All these type of things are Cal McNair moves. And all these things belong to Cal McNair. Everything else, Texan wise, belong to Bob, Andre, JJ, Foster, Hopkins, Deshaun, Bill O'Brien, Gary Kubiak, Rick Smith, Charlie Casher, Don Capers. Division titles, playoff appearances, those uniforms, the deep steel blue, the bow red, the liberty white, all those things belong to Bob McNair. All those things belong to Bob McNair. The new uniform changes, CJ Stroud, D'Amico Ryans, all these other things now. The way the media is ran on the way the media is ran on YouTube, the way the media is run on Instagram and Twitter, all the little slick shots when people be taking shots, just the slick shots be shot back to them. You bringing in Bun B and Slim Thug and Kiki and Paul Wall and Mike Jones and Lil Flip and all Mexican OT to Houston. You allowing Slim Thug and Trey the Truth and Bun B in the picture shoots when you hire D'Amico Ryans. You letting Paul Wall do the introduction to the schedule last year. You know what I'm saying? You got Toro with a grill and all these things. All these things are Cal McNair things. All these things is under Cal McNair's regime. It's different. And we're going to see more winning in this regime. We're going to see more championships in this regime. Not more we have in the previous regime. We're going to see championships in this regime. That's what's going to happen. You're going to see more. Our very first Hall of Fame, Andre Johnson, was inducted into the Hall of Fame with the new regime here. But he belongs to the old regime. When JJ gets put in the Hall of Fame, he's going to belong to the old regime. He gets put in the Hall of Fame in the next 4 years. But we're 4 years away now. So we'll be class of 2028. JJ Watt will be put in the Hall of Fame. Him and Tom Brady. Yeah, right. Because 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026, 2027, yeah. So 2028 is when they get 2020 is when they get put into the Hall of Fame. So you get Andre in 2024, you get JJ in 2025. You get Andre in 2024, you get JJ in 2028. I'm sorry. So, hey, gotta make it do what it do. Point blank period. Gotta make it do what it do. It is what it is. So, but all these things, these are Cal McNair. It's Cal. It's Cal McNair. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hey, you right, bro. Hey, bro. You right. It's been a tremendous year, bro. It really has. It absolutely has. Like you say, division title, one playoff game. You got offensive and defensive rookie of the year. You have a franchise quarterback. Like I said, your coach was second in coach of the year. Drake is put to the Hall of Fame. As a Texan fan, as a Houston Texan fan, this is from a collection of everything. From a collection of everything, bruh. This might be the third best season ever. To me, the best season to me the best season is 2011 because it's the first time you got to the playoffs. It's the first time you got to the playoffs. Yeah, if we would have went to an AFC Championship game, there would have been this, no doubt. But you got to, and then you lose your quarterback in the process, and nothing really changed. You still was able to, like 2012 was a disappointment because you started off 5-0, 11-1, and end up not even winning home field advantage, and you losing the division round because of it to the Patriots. Like that was disappointment. Other thing, the 24, other things been disappointing. This was not disappointing at all. Yeah, this is definitely. I'm gonna say number three. I'm gonna say number one's 2011, And then number two, even though it wasn't a lot of winning at the time, but I'm gonna have to put in the year one because it was year one. But I'm not gonna argue if you're gonna put this over year one. It's and I think it's for me. It's no lower than three, but it might be two. But I don't have it leaping one. If we went to an extra championship game, we would have absolutely actually will leave one. Yeah, bro. I know we signed Miles Brown. I talked about it earlier. I think it's a solid pickup. Like I don't think it's gonna be. He's not gonna be a Hall of Famer. He's not gonna be a Pro Bowl, All Pro. It's not about to set the world on fire. But again, I feel like on the opposite side, Stingley, he's gonna be able to hold his own, and it allows you not to force Okuda. Uh, uh, um, it's not going to be able to force. It's not going to make you force Akuda to be the number two if Akuda's not playing well. So Akuda can still end up being the number two because he can go out there and outplay him because he does have more physical talent than him. He could go out there and outplay him. But if he doesn't, it's fine. Miles Brown could be the number two corner and you still be in a good position. Now again, if Akuda plays like the number three overall pick, you can take Miles Brown because he's versatile. Slide him into that slot, allow him to play the slot, and you good. Like you good. Like your defense is good and set. So I feel like you're doing a lot of good things in the secondary. I'm not tripping. Has to play. He has to play 85% of the snaps to make his money. Hey, I mean that's on him, ain't it? Like that's on him if to play the made five snaps. I can't make him play 85 snaps. That's on him. That's on him. That's on him, bro. That's on him if he can play 85. Hopefully he can play. Hopefully he can play those a lot. Those amount of snaps. Hopefully he can, and he can play well. So I hope that is the case. But you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. What you don't know. What you don't know. So I don't know. Hopefully he can play some Miles snaps. But I think Miles Brown's a good pickup. Yeah, you're right. He is a dog, bro. Like I said, he's a good tackler. He's decent in coverage. Is he great in coverage? No, he's not. He's not the best person in the world at coverage. He's not. He's not about to be Darrell Reeves or Deion Sanders. They were everybody down, but he can hold his own. Is he gonna give up a play or two? Yeah, he's gonna get everybody gonna give up. Stingley gives up plays. So I'm not gonna be surprised if he gives up a play or two here and there. Is he gonna give up plays consistently? No. He's not giving up big plays every game. He's not giving up big plays every drive or every quarter or nothing like that. Like he gonna give up a play here and there. Woo, woo, okay, cool, whatever. But he's going to consistently give you solid play on that side. And again, if Jeff Okuda or if you happen to draft a corner plays well, he's versatile enough that you can slide him to the slot and allow him to play slot corner, and you be set. So I think it's a great pickup. I do. I think it's a great pickup. Yeah, he does. Yeah, Jeff Okuda does have. He has a very high IQ. Let's say Jeff Okuda's main issue is injuries. Now he does need to play better, I think, in some instances, but his main issue that he can't stay healthy. And it's worse than what's his name? Will Fuller has a receiver. It's worse than that. Like if he can stay healthy, it's kind of similar to Jason Verrett. It's kind of similar to Jason Verrett. Like Jason Verrett was a good corner, but he was never healthy. If Jason Verrett was healthy, Jason Verrett could be an All-Pro corner. So it's kind of like that. So we just need him to stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, I think it'd be alright. But like I was saying though about Cal, I'm glad that Cal's taking ownership and be able to get complete ownership. And like I said, his brother's a piece of work for that. Like his brother's like, man, whatever. Like you wait till things get bad and then start going back up and being good again for you try to slip and slide your way in and take over. Man, please miss me with that. This Cal and Hannah team, bro. Like nobody gonna be rocking with you because this is Cal and Hannah's team. Yeah, they're gonna give it to Cal. Man, this Cal and Hannah's team. Like, bro, if they don't, you know how much Batman, how mad people would be. And the thing is, I think now they've seen how the tide has turned because under Bob McNair's regime, no matter what the Texans did, people gonna show up. The Texans were 2-14 twice in 2005 and 2013. in two totally different situations and being 2-14, by the way. But they were 2-14 twice. And then also twice didn't draft the prospect that most people thought you should have drafted. Like in 2006, most people wanted you to draft VY. People would have been okay if you drafted Reggie Bush, but you took Mario Williams. In 2014, a lot of people wanted you to draft John Manziel. Some people thought the right pick would have been Cleo Mack. You take Jadeveon Clowney. Like, and the thing is, after those decisions, not that the Texans bounced back, the Texans never lost the fan base. Texan tickets would still be set even when they did things that Texan fans didn't want them to do. Like hire Bill O'Brien, retain Bill O'Brien, don't fire Bill O'Brien after you trade Hopkins. But once people start showing their actual frustration and not going to the games, even after you sign D'Amico Ryans to be your head coach, who's a former Houston Texan, after you draft C.J. Stroud, number 2 overall as a quarterback, after you jump up in the draft and then draft Willie Anderson with the 3rd pick, all the excitement, after you bring all the rappers into the games to be, in the stadium doing halftime shows from the city of Houston, after you incorporate a lot of Houston elements into the team, you also announce that you're having new jerseys also to the team. CJ Stroud throws a rookie record 470 yards and 5 touchdowns and have a touchdown with the last 10 seconds of a game and win. You retired JJ jersey, well not jersey, but you put JJ in the ring of honor and bring back JJ against the Pittsburgh Steelers. You have red helmets who everybody, like for the most part, really like. All these things being said, the team is winning going to the playoffs. But you still can't sell out of a stadium. With all this stuff going on, you can't sell out of a stadium. With all this stuff going on, you can't sell out of a stadium until it was official that you was in the playoffs versus the Cleveland Browns. And everybody in the city was rocking. That's the first time since the playoff game versus the Bills. It was 70,000 strong. Let that sink in. The playoff game versus the Cleveland Browns in 2024 was the year it was played. Was the first time since January 2020 playoff game versus the Buffalo Bills. The Houston Texans Stadium, NRG, was sold out for a Texans game. That's the last time it was 70 strong. It took 4 years, exactly 4 years, for the city of Houston to have 70 strong in NRG for a Texans game. That needs to sink in somewhat. This is Cal's team. So the reason why I bring all that up is because if they don't give it to Cal and give it to this dude here who only showing up when it's 70 strong, I don't think it's going to be received as well as anything else. Because now you finally brought the team back. You see how he handled it? Because he handled the jersey situation flawlessly, in my opinion, as far as the leaking and then him going out there and just, hey, posting Tank and Nico, like, hey, how about Tank and Nico? Like, now, again, I do think that he needs to jump on the ball and actually go out there and start releasing these jerseys now, because there's some edits out there. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna fake it. They kind of nasty. And I don't mean nasty in a bad way. I mean nasty in a good way. They kind of they kind of cold. They kind of cold with it. They kind of, they, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, say, man, you might need to, cause you might, people might not like that. They might not like what you got going, bro. Real talk, real talk. So you might want to drop that. You know what I'm saying? You might want to do that. You might want to do that. Do that. There. Spits how will you feel if the Texans draft Travis Hunter? Well, according to Deion, we not gonna be drafting him because Travis Hunter going in the top four, and the Texans ain't gonna have a top four pick. So, but I mean, I guess it depends on where you play him. You're gonna play him at corner. You're gonna play him a receiver. Like I've been saying, I think Travis Hunter is a receiver. Um, honestly, it is funny to me, and I think really, and this is when it comes to Travis Hunter. And again, I think that people are not really watching football. They just saying because Deion Sanders is a corner, the greatest corner of all time, and he's the head coach. And because he's the head coach, and I think he said something about Travis Hunter being a corner or something like that, or basically like he kind of like stamped the approval of Travis Hunter being a corner. That people be running with it and be like, kind of being like, Travis, he's a corner, no doubt. He's a corner, no doubt. And I'm like, is he though? Like, do y'all watch him or y'all just co-signing with Deion Sanders because it's Deion Sanders? And I don't even think I've never actually heard Deion Sanders say himself that he's only a corner because he's not, because he plays receiver a lot. Like, if you go watch the snaps, he actually plays receiver more than he plays corner. He's on the field as a receiver. And the thing is, they got receivers over there. They don't have corners. Like, that's where they struggle. Where they struggle in the trenches. But they don't have corners on the outside. So he's actually their best corner. And he's their best receiver. But they have other receivers there though. So I don't get it. I don't. I don't. But to answer your question, I don't think we'll draft him. Maybe he might fit our team as a receiver. I don't know. I think it depends on who's here. I actually like who we have. Um, our collection with Tank and Nico, and then potentially whoever we add with the second round pick. I think I might like that a little bit better anyway. That's just me. But again, I know Travis Hunter gonna get a lot of hype because of Travis Hunter and Deion Sanders and all the other stuff. So it is what it is. Um, I don't know if y'all had got a chance. Make sure you watch my breakdown video of Troy Franklin. I'm doing a new series. Uh, no new series. I'm gonna be breaking down in detail some of the receivers that could potentially be on the board and be available for the Houston Texans to draft with the number two with the second round pick. Again, some of these guys you might have to move up to get. Some of these guys you might have to stay, and you can stay at 42 and get. So be on the lookout. And the thing is, make sure you watch these videos because depending on how the draft falls and what happens with the Texans, depending on how the draft falls and what happens with the Texans and who the Texans might select, it's going to be key. I'll just put it to you out there. It's going to be some things that's going to be key, like some giveaways to that nature, and it's going to be some callbacks to certain videos, or so I still haven't ironed out all the details just yet. But just to make sure y'all be watching the videos, like the videos, comment on videos, and comment players who y'all like. And if and comment a player that y'all would want me to do a breakdown of it in deep breakdown of a player who we could potentially draft. Don't send me nothing about Marvin Harrison Jr. or about or I may do Caleb Williams or do Malik Neighbors. Like no be somebody that the Texans could potentially could draft. It could be somebody who was slated to go in the first round and fall out of the first round, like a Keon Coleman, like a Troy Franklin, possibly Xavier Worthy, things like that. Somebody of those lines of things like that. So make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. Like I said, I think one of my videos will be dropping tomorrow if I'm not mistaken. So y'all make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. Uh, what I was about to say. So like I said, make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. Appreciate everybody that came through here. If you ain't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button. I see some more people that jumped in here, but the lights ain't going up. Make sure you hit the like button. Uh, appreciate everybody that came through here that come and kick it with your boy. I know I was a little bit late. Apologize for that. But appreciate everybody that came through here. Make sure y'all like the video. Like I say, if you haven't got a chance to watch the Troy Franklin video that I dropped yesterday, make sure you watch that one. Like I say, I got another one dropping tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. There's another one gonna be dropping later on this week. So it's gonna be dropping either every day or every other day, possibly until the draft. So make sure y'all be on the lookout, like I say, because there's gonna be some callbacks, especially if we draft some of these players specifically. It's gonna be some callbacks or something. It's gonna be very important. And hey, you might might be the lucky one. So make sure y'all tune in there and y'all be aware. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all share this video. Trying to get 6,000 subscribers. You know what that means? I need you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, and tell a friend, and tell another friend, and put them on game. Cause yeah, y'all been doing y'all thing. Y'all done got the channel up. I seen a lot of growth like that. I seen, the channel been growing like that. But I need to keep on growing. So I need y'all to continue to do what y'all doing, man. Really, really appreciate that love. So make sure y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe, y'all click that bell, get more videos. I holla.